Being as a human, we take all the data through our sensory nerves. Similarly, for electronics, we take all the data through voice, visual, and computing, which is run on algorithms. I will not go too far in the history. I'll just try to recall everybody that there was a time when we faced a challenge in terms of computing, when there was no mobility, no communication, wireless communication, I'm stating. So there was a time of Y2K when there was a processing devices which were bigger in size, say a room size of 10 by 10 feet, wherein we used to have computers which used to compute, get the algorithms in, binaries in. Gradual transformation happened from 2000 onwards, the Y2K, and then we started getting into computing devices. We started having mobility devices wherein the computing becomes smaller, like laptops. Then gradually came the period wherein the mobile services or the wireless communication voice services were introduced globally. So once it all started, then there was a need that, okay, why can't we have the computing side integrated into the voice, wherein there were brands and companies which are offering, starting from Palm, Blackberries, then Apples, Androids, Microsoft. So there were multiple brands which were there. Then there came the revolutionary front when leading chipset manufacturers like Qualcomm's and others, they integrated a technology which can do a faster data transfer, not limiting to certain binary and algorithm, and they introduced 3G technologies starting with UMTS, not exactly 3G, 2.75G. That's where me and my team came into existence, and we created the first ever smart device which can communicate, take reasonably good photographs, and an Android operating system outside the world of Microsoft, wherein Windows Mobile 4 and Windows Mobile 5 used to exist. Gradually, we as a design company, we gave everything in for an ODM as well as OEM, and then to the private brands. Now the challenges, I will stick to the point, what are the challenges of AI? AI we don't need to be really scared of. Artificial intelligence is something that there are a lot of data and packets which are stored in different places. And all this is integrated through internet. The actual revolution came through the internet connectivity and communication. So I'll stick to that. So the internet is there, we can communicate. The need for a faster communication is there, wherein this 5G, 6th generation, 7th generation, and the narrow band integration is happening. We have two business fronts, that's what we represent. We are into the defense technologies and other technologies wherein we do narrowband technologies, which is lower orbit satellites included and outer orbit satellites for a faster and effective data with high accuracy. The challenge not only for India market, for the global market, that we have a lot of data which we are not only consuming, we are generating. And that data needs to be stored somewhere. So for storing the data, the need is for the storage. That's where the wafer technology, where we produce wafers, stacks, integrating with chipsets for storages for multiple brands across the globe. And we also do a lot of energy storage. Fortunately, me and my team, we are amongst the top 7 partners in terms of energy storage technologies, which are originating from lithium to radioactive batteries, which is nothing but a carbon-6 diamond and a nickel. So we just last month in November, we did a successful trials of these radioactive batteries called, wherein which can run for 50 years without any charging. So Mobile devices or any energy storage devices with mobility will not need any of the charging. As far as energy is concerned, energy requirements are becoming bigger and bigger. No doubt Apple has the lead. They have a PD 3.1 devices, two basic devices from quite some time. And we already have like PD 3.2 from past 5 years. And we are just waiting for the brands and the OEMs to launch those products into the different markets. Coming back to the AI. Artificial intelligence is going to change and affect the human life only by 5%, so no need to be scared about it. First of all, any information which is kept across the globe anywhere can be accessed through internet. There are informations which are good for propagating the human life ease, and there are informations which are disruptive. So disruptive informations are generally controlled and managed by the governments, which the people they select, and there will be always a security protocols which we personally as an organization believe that we will comply to the respective governments and authorities who knows the best what is the good for their citizens. So we will stick to that and will comply to that. Artificial intelligence is an intelligence which is done by a computing device based on a large algorithms. आप उसको कोई इंफॉर्मेशन मांगते हैं, वो ग्लोबली सर्च करता है अलग अलग पैकेट्स में, आपके पास एक आपकी डिजायर्ड फॉर्मेट में उसको लाके सामने प्रोड्यूस करता है, जिसे आप विजुअली देख सकते हैं. Very rightly said with one of our panelists, today the chatbots are more on a desktop or a larger screen devices. These chatbots are getting translated into a LLM modules or a voice-enabled modules, which will recognize the different accents of human across the globe in different languages, translate all that thing into a log file, give it to the servers, generate the information, gather the information, generate the information, and provide the relevant information through voice as well as through visuals. So basically, ease is happening. That's where the technology is going to be. Similarly, as a few of our panelists stated that there is a demand for a storage. Yes, there is a demand for a storage, there is a demand for a wafer, and global giants trying to come into this particular domain of storage, wafer, AI. So the wafer and extraction of the rare earth metal happens at its own pace. So there will be always a storage issue, there will be always a manufacturing issue, जो कि आपका रहने वाला है. और ये ease out होगा, which I have a view that only after Q2 2026, this might ease out. Yes, for a better technology, you have to shell more money. Pricing will be always on a higher side. And with the global scenarios, the currencies are not stable. So there will be a lot of things which will be on a downside. But the best and the positive part is that this AI revolution is actually challenging the human to make our life better. Often we say that we as humans, we don't explore our neurons or the strength of our neurons and genes even up to a double digit. That's where this AI is helping us. जितनी भी information है, वो एक अलग जगह stored है, और भी नई store होगी. ये AI engines एक तरह से neural engines की तरह काम करेंगे. Neural engine वो हैं जो हमारे शरीर में काम करते. So that's where they are going to target, gather all the information, process it, and give it back to us what we demand them to give it. That's how the lives are going to be transformed, and it is going to be the betterment of humanity as whole. It will provide us security, it will provide us surveillance, it will provide us storage, it will provide us energy. So that's how I see that in 2026 and going forward in this decade and the next decade, these things are going to be coming up. Then there will be another thing which will be blockchain. My data is my data, as rightly said by the panelists, that most of the brands or OEMs, they don't want to share their data with the respective governments. Governments wants to control the people. That's political, geopolitical. Let's not get into that detail. I will stand to the technology side. Yes, these will keep on happening. And the data security of my data, I would like to secure it with higher storage, which can be cloud-based, which can be non-cloud-based, and a connectivity which will be higher data packet transfer through 5th generation wireless network, 6th generation wireless network through lower orbit satellites or other satellites. We have already launched a commercial satellite network in Africa, Dominican Republic of Congo, wherein we have partnered with one of the leading private satellite service providers. So we have already launched that services and will continue to do that. In India, why we entered with two specific brands, we took brand rights for marketing, manufacturing, and services, is with an AOC, which already enjoys a considerable space in terms of vision or visual devices. So we'll be coming up with computing, as well as storage, energy, all the modern needs, along with Philips as a brand. So that's what we are going to be doing. And as far as the technology side is concerned, we are happy to see this disruption. So every small disruption is good for the technology to come into existence and cater to the masses.